Dear students of Standard 12, welcome to the class of English first paper. Today we are going to learn lesson 3 from unit 11. Our text lesson 3 is derived from the book Gulliver's Travels. Gulliver's Travels is written by Anglo-Irish author Jonathan Swift. Swift was born in 1667 and died in 1745. This book, Gulliver's Travels, was published in 1726. Gulliver's Travels is a satire. Satire means criticism with humor. Here, humor, irony, etc. are used to expose and criticize people's stupidity or vices, especially the contemporary politics. Though satire is usually meant to be humorous, its greater purpose is constructive. Gulliver's Travels is an example of imaginary travel. Here, Swift created a fictional traveler named Lemuel Gulliver, a ship doctor, who visited the imaginary lands and he met different types of people there. This travel includes 4 voyages. First voyage is Gulliver's voyage to the land of Lilliput. Second one is Gulliver's voyage to the land of Brobdingnag. Actually, it's a place where giant type people lived, and Gulliver himself becomes a Lilliput here. Third voyage is the island of Laputa. Here, it's a floating island. The people of this island are interested in art, music, science, but unable to use them in practical purpose. And last voyage is the land of Houyhnhnms. Houyhnhnms means a race of talking horse. Here, another type of people live. They are called Yahoos. These Yahoos are ruled by these Houyhnhnms. Our text is derived from this first voyage, Gulliver's Travels. That is Gulliver's first voyage to the land of Lilliput. During his first voyage, Gulliver is washed ashore after a shipwreck and finds himself a prisoner of a race of tiny people, less than 6 inches or 15 centimeters tall, who are the inhabitants of the island Lilliput. After giving assurances of his good behavior, Gulliver is given a residence in Lilliput and becomes a favorite of the Lilliput royal court. One day, Reldresser, principal secretary of the Lilliputian, informs Gulliver about 2 problems of the island. First problem is a violent faction at home between 2 mighty evils. That means there is a civil war in that island. And second one is the danger of an invasion by a most potent enemy from abroad, that is Blefuscu. Let's learn what is written about the first problem in the text. In the text, it is written that there are 2 struggling parties in the island. One is Tremexan and another is Slamexan. Tremexan used to wear high heels and Slamexan used to wear low heels. They were identified by these heels. Actually, Tremexan are the people who used to follow the ancient constitution and they were the majority there. On the contrary, Slamexan were modern. They were less in number, still they were in power. Here, an interesting thing can be noticed that the heir of the crown, that means the would-be prince, used to wear one high hill and another low hill. That means we can tell that this prince is an opportunist. And of course, this is not good for any country. And the controversy between Tramixan and Slamixan were so high that they could never eat or drink or talk with each other. So there is always a violent situation prevail there. About the second problem, we learned that invasion of Blefuscu. There was war between the island of Lilliput and Blefuscu, and the reason of war is how to break an egg, whether it will be broken from the larger end or from the smaller end. Of course, it's a silly matter because egg is in oval shape, so how can one find the larger end or smaller end? One story is described here that the present king's grandfather, when he was a young kid, he wanted to break an egg, and at that time, people used to break the egg from the larger ends. And accidentally, that grandfather's finger was cut, and at that time, a new law was implemented that all people will break the egg from the smaller end. And as usual, the Tramixan did not like it. They revolted. And some Tramixans fled and take shelter in the land of Blefuscu. That from that time the war continued. Due to this war, a lot of damage occurred in the land of the Lilliputians. That is, in that land, 6 rebellion occurs. 11,000 people suffered death. Many took shelter in Blefuscu. One emperor lost his life and another emperor lost his crown. So it's a great havoc for the Lilliputians. As the Tramixan did not follow the new rule, so they were oppressed by the Slamixan. How did they were oppressed? That is, the books that were written in favor of the Tramixan, those are forbidden, and Tramixan people became jobless due to the implementation of the new law. Up to this, it is written in our text. Actually, it is adapted, so it's so short. So, from this text, we come to learn that Lilliputians are unreasonable and ignorant. We are telling them ignorant because they had no idea about the world outside their own island. Secondly, they put emphasis on trivial matters. That means they were worried about the high hills or low hills or how to break an egg, etc. These silly matters. There was clash between ancient and modern, as the Tramixans were ancient and the Slamixan used to follow the modern ways. Actually, here Tramixan symbolizes Tories. Tories means conservative party who used to follow the ancient constitution. And Slamixan symbolizes Whigs. Whigs means their opposition of absolute monarchy. Breaking eggs symbolizes petty differences between religions. Actually, Jonathan Swift wants to show us the satirical view of European government. It mocks English customs and politics of the then. So dear students, this is all about the text. You should learn this Unit 11 properly because a test will be held on this topic. We'll meet soon with a new topic. Till then, thank you and goodbye.